Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy and welcome back to another episode of the second reproduction. So, let's jump right back in. We were at a very sad part, I believe. The color of the stone pavement was the same as Gardis' eyes. I came to realize that I liked that color, and that made me feel even happier. Gardis had gone to deal with the aftermath of the incident, while Lizette decided to check the rest of the city. Having gone our separate ways, I went to the church in the middle of the city. It was a building that stood out amongst the Glade's architecture, which is probably why Gardis chose it as our meeting place. In all honesty, when he told us that, I really wanted to ask, did you choose a church on purpose? I had nothing to pray for here. I no longer had faith in my religion. But even so, I still wanted to ask the divine bird, Lame, for redemption. How pitiful of me. I'm sure no god would save a human like me. Redemption cannot be given by others. Gardis! Now that everything had calmed down, I felt really awkward around Gardis. After everything I'd said about his race, how could I face him now? And now that I'd given up on killing the Demon Lord, I had effectively betrayed my kingdom. I had betrayed my own mother's trust, and that made my chest hurt. But even if I am hurting Mother, there's no way I can kill Gardis now. There's no justice in killing others anymore. Justice, huh? As I murmured that word in my heart over and over, a smile of ridicule floated onto my face. Christina? Seriously, when did we humans become such an evil race? Myself included. We pretended we're not sowing evil, but a form of justice. We're all lying to ourselves to keep our conscience clear. We're hideous. Utterly hideous. You must have thought that all along, right? No one in this world is perfect. Everyone seeks someone to degrade and accuse, so that they themselves can be at peace. It isn't something only humans do. Was he trying to comfort me? Or was he just stating a theory he knew? It was probably the former. How unlike him. I smiled weakly at the thought. Well, what do you plan on doing now? If you don't kill me, you can't return to your kingdom, can you? I don't know what to do myself, in all honesty. But one thing's for sure, killing you would definitely not make me feel better. I suppose. As Gardis made a complicated expression and closed his eyes, a thought ran through my mind. By choosing a church as a meeting place, was Gardis trying to comfort me in his own way? From now on, whatever lay in front of me, was undoubtedly a future where I could neither turn back or go forwards. So, tomorrow's the day off in the Demon Kingdom, huh? I should go to sleep. Okay, a holiday night. Oh my gosh, me trying to fake yawn for her actually made me yawn. Okay, what should I do tonight? Ask someone out to play. Of course, Gardis. So, where do you want to go? Anywhere's fine, so long as you're alone with me. Well, we should leave the room first. Such a shame. Alright, let's go to the pub. Oh, that's right. I wonder if I have something Gardis might like. Let's just talk. The wine here is really nice, but is it good enough for you, Gardis? I mean, as a king, you're probably used to drinking much better stuff than this. I was about to ask the same, my royal highness. Why bring me here? I've hated the taste of luxury food ever since I was little. I actually prefer the taste of rough, rural pub food to the things we had at the castle. That's why I'd sometimes disguise myself and sneak out into the streets, but Lizette would always find out and he'd tell me off. What a strange princess. So your thoughts on the wine here? It's wonderful. Where's it from? It's Glades wine, one of Deathride's most excellent beverages. We're very proud of it, to say the least. So you like it too? I do. I've sampled many kinds of wine over the years, but this one remains my favorite. I see. I'll treat you to some next time. That would put me in a tight spot. It would? Why? Drinking a present from you would be a huge waste. Oh, then I'll drink it with you. Just the two of us? Yeah, it's more fun to drink that way, don't you think? Then I'd be sure to get far drunker than usual, though your beauty intoxicates me enough to begin with. Idiot! Don't say that in a place like this! Oh, are you already drunk? Your cheeks have gone red. One more word and I'll punch you. You're adorable. Okay. I guess we could go wherever we want now, huh? So, how about we go to the Rose Garden? I don't think there's anyone here. Okay. I looked at the city from my window and let out a small sigh. Did things look different depending on your mood? When I first came here, the city felt so dark and ominous, but now it looked beautiful and grand. It was approaching dinner time, and smoke was floating out of the chimneys around the residential area. Every single one of those roofs had someone living underneath, living their daily life in peace. For some reason, that thought made me happy. And as I continued to enjoy the view, I heard someone knock on my door. Curious, I turned around. I asked them to come in, expecting it to be Kiria, but... Excuse me, your highness. You are... It was a woman I'd never seen before. Was Kiria too busy to come today? Maybe she'd ask someone to replace her without telling me. The woman had her head bowed and wore a thick hood, looking utterly unlike anyone I'd seen in the castle. Feeling somewhat suspicious, I got up and approached her. Your Highness, I have brought a letter from Our Majesty. Our... Don't tell me your... Please keep your voice down, Your Highness. I came alone, and would like to avoid any meaningless bloodshed. Are you here to kill me because I failed? No, my purpose is to deliver this. This? I took the envelope from the woman and looked up, intending to ask her what was inside, but the woman had already vanished. She really had been ordered to just deliver a letter. Bewildered, I nervously cut the seal and slipped out its contents. Each page was covered with familiar handwriting. To my beloved daughter, Christina. Yes, this was my mother's handwriting, without a doubt. My heart thumped, anticipation and unease mixing in my chest. No matter how severe my mother's words will be, I'll keep reading and accept them without complaint. With that thought in mind, I gulped and began to read. To my beloved daughter, Christina. To my beloved daughter, Christina. Ever since you began your journey over 4 months ago, not a day has passed without your absence passing through my mind, and I am constantly reminded of just how much I miss you. After I received word of your imprisonment, I found myself sick with worry. I fear you must be suffering dearly." "Mother!" I hadn't seen Mother's handwriting in a long time. It touched my heart and warmed my chest. But at the same time, it made me feel guilty, reminding me of my failure. I didn't want to kill Gardis anymore, but I didn't want to go against my duty either. I was caught between a rock and a hard place, as though I was suffocating. I wondered if the whole letter was going to be about Mother's laments. But when I turned to the next page... Huh? My body froze, as though a bucket of cold water had been tipped over me. "However..." With a trembling voice, I continued to read Mother's handwriting. "However, as the Queen, I must order you. If you have any pride remaining as the daughter of the royal family, please die with honor rather than live in humiliation." I was only halfway through, but the letter fell from my frozen hands. My mother had just told me to end my life. She hadn't mentioned any reason specifically, but I understood why she'd asked. If I was used as a hostage when the Alliance army attacked, things would go from bad to worse. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that was quite popular with the subjects of Armenian, and with subjects of other countries too, thanks to my campaigns against the demon knights far away from my own. If Mother had to abandon me and go ahead with the attack, her reputation around the world would plummet. So in her eyes, I was better off dead than a prisoner. Announcing that our princess risked her life for the sake of the world, but tragically fell into the hands of the demon lord, would surely rouse up enough morale to give Armenian and its allies a huge boost when they went to war. Mother! Maybe somewhere deep inside me, I knew a day like this would come. A day when my mother would abandon me for the greater good. But now that it'd finally come, it was far more painful than I'd ever imagined. I felt as if my heart had been shattered. I'd clinged to my mother's love far more than I realized, and the tears wouldn't stop rolling down my cheeks. A light breeze drifted into the room, making my hair flutter. With empty eyes, I looked towards the window. With trembling legs, I mindlessly began to walk towards the window, my mind barely registering anything. I can't go home anymore. I've lost. The night wind felt cold against my tear-stained cheeks. I could see little spots of bright light from the streets below. They glittered as if inviting me, so I lifted my leg over the windowsill. "What are you doing?" I quickly turned around, startled, but before I could react, Gardis grabbed my wrist. I struggled madly, trying to break free from his grip. "Don't you dare stop me! I can't kill you. I can't kill any of you. So I can't go home anymore. So don't you dare!"
Christina, calm down.
"No! This is all I have!"
The champion Christina fell out of that window and died. The one standing before me is just
an ordinary woman?
No, just the woman I love.
I thought you didn't like immature brats.
If I hadn't told myself that, I would have lost control a long time ago.
Lost? Gardis looked into my wide-open eyes with a resolute, unshaken gaze. He blinked once, twice, then snickered, placing his lips on mine once more. My mind froze from the shock, and I couldn't move. He gently pressed his lips against mine over and over, then whispered in a flirtatious voice.
Ever since I first saw you, your eyes full of fighting spirit, I've wanted to hold you in my arms just like this.
I'm not falling for...
If you think I'm lying, then listen to my heartbeat.
He didn't have to tell me that. Our bodies were pressed close together and I could feel his racing heartbeat against mine. My lips were still burning from the kiss. If you no longer hate me, then please, don't throw your life away. As long as you're still alive, then you can find a new, different light. Now that he'd mentioned it, Gardis had been emphasizing the importance of life since day one. And he'd striven to save as many of his people's lives as he could, at the risk of his own. Even if he had to kill a champion, he'd only do so when provoked. He was nothing like the bloodthirsty demon lords I'd always been told about. The more I knew about it, the more I couldn't accept it. Whenever I learned more about Gardis as a person, my doubt grew and grew. I don't understand. Understand what? You value life so much, and yet... Gardis, did you really destroy Crofts? I find it hard to believe now. Would you really put your kingdom in danger because of some stupid, irrational emotions? It seems, Gardis, you weren't...
Huh. You think too highly of me.
You mean you really did? I didn't expect you to be so bad at lying. If you didn't do it, why didn't you say so?
I'm not as wise as you think.
Huh?
I got caught up in my own stupid, irrational emotions not too long ago, remember? And what I did still haunts me.
Not to... Gardis. I spoke firmly, trying to decipher the meaning behind his words, but Gardis only replied with a smile, and kissed me once again. Wait! My voice was cut off by Gardis's lips. His kiss dissolved my growing unease, stealing away my strength and drowning me in pleasure. Gardis. But as I indulged in that sweet kiss, I had no idea that my uneasiness turned out to be justified. Death Ride, 5th month. Whew. Almost half a year already.
Why are you sighing like that? Is something the matter?
Oh, that was a sigh. I thought that was a yawn for some reason. Whatever. Gardis looked at me with an oblivious face, making me sigh again. Glancing over the countless pieces of jewelry placed in front of me, I half-heartedly opened my mouth. Gardis?
Pick your favorite. If you want, I'll even buy all of them for you.
Well, that's how it was. Gardis had been really eager to choose a piece of jewelry for me for a while now. I kept telling him that I didn't need anything like that, but he was really persistent and dragged me here anyway. As I kept sighing over and over, Gardis was having fun browsing the jewelry with the merchant he'd summoned. Gardis, I thought I already said that I didn't need any jewelry.
Yes, I know you don't. Your eyes are far more beautiful than all of the jewels on display.
Please don't say things like that in public.
There's no need to get embarrassed. It's true after all. You're so cute when you're shy.
Aren't you the one embarrassing yourself with such a cheesy line? Was what I wanted to say, but I held it in. Ever since that night, Gardis has been all over me, trying to make me happy to the point where I wondered if he was a completely different person. The way he acted was so embarrassing I thought I'd die. Kiria told me once that demons get really passionate when they're in love, and I'm starting to understand what she meant. No matter how many times I told him to stop, Gardis kept calling me embarrassing things like cute, beautiful, and my dear. It felt like everything I did was automatically translated into something cute in his brain. A few days ago, I accidentally sneezed, and he spent the entire night going, "You're so adorable," over and over. It was mortifying. I seriously thought about running away.
Chris?
Yes, I'm listening. I wasn't listening at all, actually. I had completely given up on trying to change him, and had decided to just let him be.
I see, in that case.
Gardis suddenly picked me up and placed me on his lap. His bold act caused all the retainers to turn around and stare at us, shocked and amazed. Gardis? Oh, what is it? I was going to get angry, but I felt as if all my strength had left me. Why did you do that? Finding a ring to fit your finger is much easier this way, don't you think? But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. By subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.